Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share this video, especially if you love MMA as much as I do. Bo Nickal. Speaking of Bo Nickal, he does have a fight coming up at UFC 290. The first fight in the main card against Sean Gore. I'll get to that in my next video, but I did want to talk about Bo Nickal. I heard a lot about him, but it's a shame I have not covered him on my channel. Bo Nickal, he's 4-0 in MMA, but what really stood out to me was the fact that he's got 8 gold medals, and he's got a bronze and a silver medal. So he's got 10 medals from wrestling, 10 titles, right? And he's been first place 8 times. And he's a 3-time NCAA Division I wrestling champion. So, I guess, and he's from American Top Team. They've got a lot of good fighters out of that gym over there. What I have to say about Bo Nickal, I think he's great. I think he's, from what I've seen, his wrestling is elite. If he just has really good striking or decent striking, I have no reason to think that he won't be UFC champion. I think he will be, because as far as the middleweight division, you got Adesanya as the champ, you've got Whitaker, guys that are really good strikers. And if Pereira decides to move back to 185, that's a beatable guy. Sean Strickland's beatable because he doesn't like to wrestle. Wrestling is the perfect base for MMA because wrestling allows you to take away a striker's ability to knock you out or pick you apart while standing up. So, if Bo Nickal wins 4 or 5 fights in a row and he becomes, and if he finishes those fights, I wouldn't be surprised to see him as a top 10 guy. So definitely, I think he could be UFC champion one day. It's obvious that he's got, what, 3 submissions, a knockout. He hasn't had many fights, but, if he becomes popular and finishes guys, uh-oh, look out. This guy might be a champion, And even at welterweight, you got Leon Edwards as champion. If he wants to move up to light heavyweight, there's guys, that whole top 5, Blachowicz. You got Pereira at 205 if he decides to stay there. You've got Jamal Hill. You got Prochaska. You even got other guys that aren't champions, but they're big names. You got Weidman at middleweight if you want to stay there. There's a huge sum of guys that he could beat. So, yeah, I think so.